Hey folks, hope you like the new intro. I made that because I noticed that the Tone King was using the same generic Google, YouTube piece of intro music. So I've created a whole new piece of my own, a fresh piece, to use for all of my intros. So I hope you like it. I'll be using it on the new Stratocaster intro that you're just about to see. And yes, I am back as promised with a Stratocaster update. So yeah, I did promise you that I'd be back and that we'd do another Stratocaster video on the live video the other day, and in fact exactly a week ago, and I'm here. And the first thing I needed to do was, you'll probably recall if you're following the series, that I managed to drop this guitar a number of times, and the last time I just got the finish perfect on it and it fell off of its hanger, dented on the floor, and we're back to square one. So what I'm going to do today is go over and fill that and give you a little show and tell of that going on. So we'll go over there now. This hole here is by far and away the worst bit of damage and is definitely going to need some filler. I'm not sure if you can see on the back here as well, but there's quite a little bit of roughening where the guitar was dropped, and also where I started to rub it back a bit, and that has caused some more deep scratches. And also over here there's a couple of dinks that need filling before they're rubbed out. There we go, a nasty little dink on the bottom here as well. And the rest there's bits that need rubbing back. Certainly some little high spots on the guitar, and the bottom corner by the jack socket there's a nasty little lump out of this, and a little bit on the side there next to it, and down the side here as well, some bits that need rubbing back. But the first job to do is to put this filler in and let that go off. So what we're going to use is the same knifing putty that I used previously, and it allows us to fill it in. It's for car use again, similarly to the paint, but I'm just going to put some of it in this here. What I'm going to do is just to see if this knifing putty is still malleable underneath the, what looks like we've got some luck there, look. There we go. That seems to be squeezing out of that tube. How good it will be remains to be seen when I get enough of it out, but certainly that should be plenty to fill this little hole at the top. Maybe just a squeeze more. Better to go over the top and have more than you need and rub it back than not to have enough. So let's get it into that hole, shall we? Okay, just literally gonna squeeze it in there and then leave it. That's plenty, and that hopefully, I've got enough on there, is well high, and we'll just need rubbing back to be flat again. Fingers crossed. Looks like there might be a little stipple bit in the middle there. Again, I'd rather have way too much to scrape off than not enough, because every time you fill it, you want to leave it. I'm going to leave this for a good couple of weeks just to really harden off There we go. I think I'm very pleased with that. That's very high and certainly will need rubbing back rather than adding more filler in. So we'll leave that to harden now. There's a couple of other little spots that I'm going to fill. I'm going to fill this little piece on the back end of the guitar, and I'm not using anything other than a standard decorator scraper, because at this stage all I need to do is force a big lump of the filler nice and hard into those gaps. And I know it looks like I'm leaving it very proud, but I'd prefer to do that than have to fill again. It's easier to rub back than it is to refill. So that's that. There's also that little piece on that bottom horn, which we will try to get some filler into. And again, forcing it in there really hard and looking to rub back rather than make up later. Again, if I hadn't dropped the thing, we'd be finished by now, but hey, it's one of those things, isn't it? We can get a bit more of this stuff in there. That's it. Oh, sorry. See if we can get a bit more of this stuff in there. That's it. Again, leaving it really high and rough doesn't matter at all. It will all dry out and it'll all be easy to rub back. A bit of scraping back and a bit of rubbing back and that will be fine. But it's important we fill these little holes, because it will be easier to rub back than they are to bring everything else around them down to their level. So tempted almost to put a little bit on the back here as well, but I think that will fill quite nicely and rub back potentially. So we'll see how we go with that. And I don't think there are any other. There might be just this one more high spot just here, but I think we'll just have a, might be that's high actually, as opposed to no, it does need a bit of fill. Let's stick a bit of the filler in there while we've got it open. Really, really rough. This stuff's drying out actually as I'm applying it, so I'm hoping this will all be dried out fairly quickly, but I'm still going to leave it a good long time, because that was the mistake I made last time, trying to rush it too fast to show you guys. But I think we're okay now. I think we've got all the bits that need filling are filled, and we'll finish up the job once this is all dried out. So there it is, and I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, mustn't forget to wash our hands. I didn't wear gloves. I don't get on wearing gloves while I'm doing this, so it is important to wash your hands, because the thinners used in that sort of putty is oil-based, and that's not good. It's a hazard to your hands for various different reasons. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon. I've had a little update from the online company that I bought the PRS from, and I've had an email to say that that's not going to be there till early part of next week, and sending me a huge apology. I won't say who I've bought it from for the minute, but I'll tell you it isn't the famous Big A. It's one far more local to me down here, but they're not paying me to review it so that I can give you a completely impartial review, so I won't mention where I'm getting it for the time being. But they have emailed me to say it's on its way. So I hope to be back real soon with a PRS Custom SE24 Maple Neck unboxing real soon. In the meantime, folks, you take good care.